Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with another video. I want to make sure that I have a sound check because you know how some of you guys are. You guys will see me on for minutes and wouldn't even tell me that I do not have audio. Okay, everything sounds good, sounds good. And I see that my eyes is almost closed, guys. Look, I went to the eye doc today and he went ahead and diluted whatever dilated my eyes, and now I barely can open my eyes. So, guys, welcome again to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D, unapologetic and unbiased. Like I said, in here we stand on our truth. If you don't like it, guys, like I said, hey, go somewhere where your ears going to be tickled. But earlier today, I went ahead and I talked a little bit about Nene Leaks, before I, get into it, Destiny. I want to go ahead and, finish talking about because I was kind of rushing. But I'm ready to see Nene Leaks. I'm ready to see her back on Real Housewives of Atlanta because, that was a baby. That was a baby. I see my girls in the house. Yes, indeed. We finna chop it up right now. Finna see if I can go ahead and get on my platform. Let me see if I can get Logical Speak. See if I can get her in. Guys, welcome to Real Talk with your girl, Lady D. And guys, look, I promise you, I am team right. I'm not here to sit there and try to, pick a side. I just call it as it is. That's it. See if you can come in the upper room with me, Lodge, so we can go ahead and chop it down. And guys, feel free, whatever comment you guys want to say, like I said, as long as you keep it on topic, talk about these people because I rather talk about them than, talk about our own personal stuff. Sometimes we do all this stuff right here just to reflect. So I'm just getting everything together, making sure that my sound is correct, and then we can go ahead and go in. But yes, guys, look, we're gonna talk about Destiny. I don't know if you guys went ahead and saw the interview that she had did with Laterras. I think his name is Laterras Whitfield, and his show is called Dear. What is his show called? Let me see what his podcast is called. Dear Future Wifey. So let me go ahead and see if I can add Logical in because I see she's trying to come on. So we're gonna go ahead and wait for Logical to come on, and then we're gonna chop it up. So guys, I hope y'all had a good day today, man. Mine was, it was kind of muggy out here. So gonna chop it up. So guys, I hope.
Hey, my girl, get that
Hi.
mic straight. Get that mic
Girl, I'm
straight.
trying to get it together. I'm trying. Can you hear me?
I can hear you real good now.
Good. Girl, I'm trying to figure it out.
I hear that, girl. Look, I barely can open my eyes. I went to the eye doctor today, and you know how
Yeah.
they be putting them drops trying to, dilate your eyes and stuff like that. Oh my God, I barely can open it.
Yeah, I need to go myself. I need new glasses myself.
Yes, indeed, girl. But how was your day today?
My day was great. Cooked a wonderful meal and spent some time with the grandbabies. So I had a great day.
Yes, indeed. Mine was great today. It's kind of wet down here. I thought that, it was going to be cold, but, by being down here in the South, you know how that is, right?
I know.
We don't know. One day it's hot, the next day it's cold. I don't know, girl. It's just so messed up.
Girl, the weather is horrible all over the country.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit. You familiar with Real Housewives of Atlanta, right?
Oh, yes. I've been watching the
And I
show.
know you are not a Nene fan.
But I know that it's your girl, and I give you all the respect.
Girl, I be trying to be team right, but Nene, like I said, to me, Nene Leaks, she the one that went ahead and laid the foundation when it comes to these reality shows. Even though we had Orange County and we had all these other reality shows, but when Nene, brought Real Housewives of Atlanta on, it's like it just took it just shot off. It was different.
Absolutely, it did. It took off. Yep, she's
Yeah.
a character. She's a whole character. She made the show. I don't negate that.
Hmm.
It's just some of her personality just doesn't sit well with me. Yeah, well, we know, you know how it is. You got to
Yeah.
realize, you see what I'm saying? She came from a very humble beginning and
Hmm.
all eyes on her. And you know how
Yeah.
sometimes we just get the big head. But I think they went ahead and her team got together, her cast got together and they pretty much, they iced her out. So I think when she come back, she's going to be more humble where she's going to realize that, she's not going to go ahead and take this for granted. What you think about that?
I don't know. I think you are who you are. I
Mhm.
don't think that people's personality can change. You are who you are. I think she would
Yes.
like to come back and try to get along, but she has a super ego, and
Mhm.
I don't see her being nobody but herself. And I mean, she can only be her.
Mhm.
It's a certain I don't know. Nene is a person only some people will be able to tolerate.
Mhm.
She is so bossy and which don't set well with me. I don't get out with bossy people.
Well, it's her personality, but I would love to see Nene back, Portia,
Hmm.
Cynthia Bailey. Which I don't care for Kenya Moore, but I would like to see Kenya Moore back because she's great for TV. And if Candy want to come back, Candy come back because I'm a person, if once they there, I hate all that different changes. Now
Yeah.
the other two, what's her name? Sanja, right? Sanja and
Sanya.
Drew.
Yeah.
I think they should just come on as guests, guests of the
I,
shows.
I agree. I agree.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, I like Candy, but I don't think Candy brings a lot to the show. She's the highest paid, but I think it's money wasted because she brings nothing. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't get to see her family. You don't get to see her and Todd interact. Uh,
Mhm.
Her daughter Riley, you rarely see her. You don't see her family. Yeah, she can go.
Yeah, and and I remember my daughter because my daughter, you cannot say anything about Candy Boris,
Yeah,
just like you can't say anything about Beyonce. And she was saying, "Mom, I'm surprised you don't like Candy," But
yeah,
I say I don't like Candy. It's just the fact that I just don't think Candy, bring anything to the show.
I agree. I like Candy. I like Candy. I like her
Yes.
business minded. I like the way she conduct business and how she
Hmm.
keep her bag going. But she is pretty boring. She brings
Yeah. Yeah.
show. She got some cute kids. You rarely see
Hmm.
kids. So I don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
I like Kenya. I like Kenya.
Oh my God! Please don't say that. Oh, are you
Yeah,
serious?
yes, I like Kenya. I think
Wow.
she's very intelligent. I love Brooklyn. Um, yeah, I like Kenya.
So can you tell me what do you like about Kenya? Because Kenya hits below the belt.
You think so?
I really know so.
I think Kenya is always on the defensive.
Okay.
If you come at her, she gonna let you have it with both barrels. But she, rarely picks on anybody.
Are
She,
you serious? You sound like Melody in her millimeters.
I don't know. Kenya,
She barely pick on. Can you pick on everybody that come through that door?
think so?
Yes.
I know her. I know she don't get along with Marlo. Her and Marlo been at each other for I don't know how long.
Hmm.
I know she will pick at Marlo, and that's because Marlo kind of aggravates Kenya.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Oh, if they come on and you and I sit there and build this
I,
paddock, my God, it's just gonna be on and popping. I promise
I
you.
like
So,
Kenya.
so
Uh,
we gonna go ahead and put a pin in that right there, unless you got some more to talk about.
no, I'm good.
Did you see the interview with Destiny when she was on Laterras Whitfield podcast?
Yeah, I did see it. I enjoyed it. I think it was a good interview.
I think it was wonderful. I think it was wonderful. I think it was one of her best. And I think that she should have went on that type of platform just like Martell, someone that is more experienced than going on these new bloggers that's
Yeah,
only came out because of Love and Marriage in Huntsville, and they're
yeah,
not going to put you in a good light. They just there, just to sit there and tear you down. And I think Martell should have did the same thing, went on someone's platform that is more seasoned. So tell me about, what your thoughts was, about when it came to Destiny on the Terrace Whitfield podcast.
I thought she opened up. I mean, we've been watching Destiny on Love and Marriage Huntsville for 5 years, and she never opened up. I think her explaining her childhood, everything she went through with her mom and being misused, you know what I mean? Brother dying, being in foster care. I think that made her the type of person that holds everything in. She couldn't even really speak about what went on with her and LeBaric until she was ready, until she dealt with it herself. I think a lot of people that suffer when they're young, they don't open up. They don't expose themselves because they feel like they're going to be looked at negatively, you know. So it was good to see her open up. I felt like she had a lot of trauma in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like LeBaric had treated her bad because when she said he served her with the papers 3 weeks after Law was born, I said to myself, this is a very mean spirited man. But that's all she would say. Now she's saying he physically abused her. He didn't pay
Wow.
for Law's medical bills because she didn't give Law his name. Yeah, she went through a
Y-
lot.
Yeah, that was wrong.
Yeah,
Her only child, and I'm not mistaken, that's his only child as well. You wanted to see your wife, go through all this, right after giving birth. To me, that was low. And the thing about it is that you never know how good people are until you start living with them. And
I,
sooner or later, when you start living with them, you realize you sleeping with the devil.
right. You know, she said they dated for 5 years long distance, and then they got married. She didn't know who that man was until she came to Huntsville and lived with him.
Hmm.
You know,
That's what I'm saying. Until you sleep with the devil.
yeah,
And just like Laterras has said, what person that wants to see your spouse, in jail,
yeah.
that does not make sense.
And I mean, what kind of man wants to put his wife and newborn baby out of their home?
Yes.
Don't want to pay for his child's hospital bill. Serves his wife with divorce papers 3 weeks after his son is born. It takes it's a whole lot of mean. It's a whole lot of
Yeah.
control.
Yeah, it makes you think, like most, like some of these men, once you have the baby, oh, they question the paternity, if that's my child, but he knows that's his child. So why would he take it to the level to make Destiny go through what she went through?
I think he wanted to control Destiny. He wanted
You
her
think? Yeah.
exactly what he wanted her to do. And anytime she said no, she was on his do-do list.
Hmm.
Yeah, but she didn't know him. She dated him for 5 years and didn't know him.
Wow.
Yeah,
And just to say that Carlos King went ahead and he dropped the ball. And the reason why I say that he dropped the ball because he was going by of, trying to build one person up. And I think that's the reason why, even though Destiny has said it because of money issues, the contract, but I think that they wanted Destiny off, especially when Destiny had said that she knew where the bodies was and they was trying to still build Melody up. So they didn't want nobody to come with any, information to tear her down because they wanted to keep Melody in that light. So that's why, we couldn't get to know Destiny because all the ones that they went ahead and they got rid of, they had a storyline, they had a story.
right. Yeah. I don't know why Carlos focused this whole show around Melody
Hmm.
and tried to make her the center of attention from the beginning because he did. And
Absolutely.
I mean, I guess to get the viewership up, but he ruined it because it made her feel superior to the point where she and her fans were saying that the show was hers. You know,
Yes.
and now he wants to make it known that he is the creator.
Yeah,
He
but
don't want to say
for a
that.
minute, everybody was saying that, Melody, that was her show.
And Carlos let her run with that narrative for a long time.
Hmm.
And now he's saying, I am the creator. I am the owner. I own all my shows. Now he's saying that. But he didn't
Yes.
say that for what, 6 seasons straight? Let
Hmm.
her people think that it was her show.
Absolutely.
Now he's saying, I mean, Carlos is a devious man. I mean, he's about making money.
Hmm.
But, yeah, he did a lot wrong. And he made her the main focus and allowed everybody else to be just pushed in the background. It
Yeah,
blew up her head.
he dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
Yeah, he did.
And I think he realized it, and he's trying to see how he can fix it. But I think it's a little too late because he went ahead and made that monster. And the only way that he can be able to revamp that show and put it back on track, how they, give everybody a chance. Because when they had showed Martell, you remember when they showed Martell brother, we didn't even know Martell had a brother because they were so much focusing on all that drama that's going on between Melody and him, where we didn't know what was going on with other people.
Yeah. I think it's out of control now and cannot.
Yes.
I don't think it can go back to anything positive. I just don't.
Yeah, I think so too. I,
Only
I
way is one or both of them have to go.
hmm
Martell or Melody or both of them
hmm
in order for that show to move forward. As long as
well,
it's on there, it's not going to work.
I think Martell is the one that have a storyline. Melody does not have a storyline because we
Right,
don't know anything about Melody, what she got going on outside of Martell,
right.
because she don't show us that side. So Martell got a storyline, just like he already said. Tell my reality, my story, my real life. So if Martell show his story, and bring in, if he is married to Ariane,
Right.
I truly believe that those ratings is going to go up because whether, people sitting there got so much to say about it, how they saying that will be the end of Real Housewives of Atlanta if Ariane come on, but I don't think
I
so.
don't think so either. I think people will watch. I
Of
think
course.
more people will tune in. They're going to want to see how that dynamic would materialize, how she would get along with everybody, how they would interact with everybody. But I guess Melody will have to go. She's not going to want to be on that show with the girl.
Well, she just gonna have to go because, like I said, just like I had said in the comment, when you had commented on something, it's all about ratings and money,
Yeah,
and they're not gonna just drop the ball and see that their ratings is going up because, quite obvious, the ones that they are banking on is not doing anything.
right,
You know.
right. Because the Scots, they can't carry the show because they don't have the fan base.
Mm-hmm.
The Fletchers can generate a decent fan base,
Mm-hmm.
but I think people will tune in if the girl comes on the show. People are going to want to see how they interact with each other. They're going to want to see who she gets into it with, who she gets along with.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how they would. I don't know how they would do that with Melody on there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, like I said,
don't know.
that's reality.
Yeah, she got her own network. She can produce
Absolutely.
a whole reality show on her own network. She just will not walk away and let this go.
I wonder why she's just holding on. If you're not happy, you say you don't like filming with the cast and
Right.
you got your own thing going, then why don't you just leave? I think, just like I said, and all this right here is for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you're a free game, okay? And it's at the end of the day, it's our opinion. But I think that she's trying to do damage, before
As much damage
she,
as
as
possible.
much damage as possible, sabotage
Yeah.
before she go ahead and leave out.
Yeah, because if you listen to her fans, They think everybody else should go,
Hmm.
and
And
Melody stay on there, and both Scots, both of all of the Scots should leave. They want definitely Destiny. They don't want her to come back. Um, the Scots they want gone. They'll keep the Fletchers,
hmm.
and they are on the fence with Stormy. You
Well, they're
know,
on the fence with anyone that bucks against you know who.
yeah. Now,
Yep.
anybody that bucks against her, honey, they want off the show. You know,
Hmm.
it's crazy. I ain't never in my life seen so many manipulated, and I've never seen people act like that. Never.
Only on Love and Marriage and Huntsville. All those other reality shows, people are not that invested. They
Absolutely.
look at it as a show, but this right here, they act like they know these people.
Well, actually, I have not seen. I don't know if you have, because you've been walking. Have you ever seen a reality star create a fan base and manipulate a fan base the way Melody have these people?
Never,
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 never. It's never been done. She did
never.
that purposely. She did that on purpose.
and,
But
and, and they go so hard for her,
my
where
God,
they rather to sit there and try to tear down people's business and
yeah,
ruin their reputation. And I
yeah,
mean, even and we're gonna get back to Destiny, because like I say, Destiny has a story. Okay, Destiny has a story. And I wish that Carlos King or whoever, even if she got to go to another reality show, give her an opportunity to tell a story.
yeah.
But getting back to Martell, what do you think about these overzealous fans got another petition to get
Yeah,
Martell off the show? Did you read that?
crazy. Yeah, I saw it. It's
Oh
crazy.
my God, I was appalled when I saw that.
It's crazy. Yeah, but that the fan base that she created is going to be the reason why she has to leave the show.
Yes,
You
yes.
know, because the network is not going to take all of this constant drama and hate and negativity. Negativity.
Mm,
Especially if somebody ends up getting hurt. Uh, they ruined Destiny's business. They ruined anything that Martell tried to
yes,
generate cash flow from, and they were all trying to ruin Stormy's business,
absolutely.
trying to ruin opportunities for the Scots. Anything that they were trying to do, they were
That's
trying
it.
to get it shut down. It's crazy.
But I think the fans did ruin Destiny's business, because the minute when she bucked against Melody, they start doing bad reports on her salon, going around there
Yep.
and putting it on YouTube and calling her candles trash. And I think it was beautiful. I never saw the way that she designed
Yeah.
the candles. I never saw it before. I thought it was very beautiful, and it should have sold out.
Yeah. Her beauty supply store was beautiful,
Yes.
but you know, they collectively made sure that she couldn't make no money. Yeah,
That was sad. And
that was like,
I like when Maurice, oh, he stopped it. He nipped it in the bud. He said, "You're going to go around my business and you're going to trash talk me and my business. I'm going to get you for defamation." He said, "I was going to hit you for defamation."
yeah,
You saw they hurry up and stop that, right?
yeah. They did leave Maurice alone. They knew he was
Yes.
serious. They knew he was serious. They left him alone. You don't even hear them talking about Maurice no more. They talk about Kimmy being an idiot, but they don't mess with Maurice no more.
Yes.
Yeah,
But you got to, for me to fight so hard for a person that I don't know, something got to be, and I'm
right.
not saying Melody is doing it, but somebody got to be getting paid under the table.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, who would do all of this and be this mean and nasty to people for nothing?
Yes, yes,
Uh,
they got to be getting
it's
something, because I'm not
amazing.
gonna ride hard for no woman like that.
Yeah, I don't see it either. Especially somebody they don't know, have never met, and really, it's crazy. I've never seen it. So somebody got to be getting some money from somewhere.
Yeah, because they riding too hard. They're making it so obvious.
Yeah,
It's like a cult like behavior. That's how I look at it.
right.
And Melody comes out and she's
talk about God, but she not showing, a godlike behavior. How can you sit there and say, you are God fearing and you got your peace and God got me, but yet you have unforgiveness in your heart? Make it make sense.
I mean, I actually I watched that video again when she was talking about that one particular blogger guy. You know who I'm talking about. She
Yes,
specifically told them the way you feel about the cast and you treat the cast, basically you need to be going after him in the same manner. I'm saying
absolutely.
to myself, what kind of godlike attitude mentality is that? You
I
go,
made a video on that.
oh my God, it is sick.
That's it. That's it. But you see, that's how it is. You fighting so hard for this person, but at the end of the day, if this person sat there and see you on the street, they ain't gonna give you the time of the day. But the
Absolutely,
reason why they doing that, because they know it, as long as you can keep these people that's subscribing to all this mess, keep it going, then I can be able to sell whatever brand that I throw out there.
yeah. And the real crazy part about it is now she basically sick her fan base on the entire cast,
Hmm.
and her fans think the cast should be nice to her.
Wow.
That's the real crazy part. They dog
Wow.
out the cast all day. They talk about not Maurice Martell's son, like the baby. I'm speaking of his baby.
Yes.
They talk about Arion's daughter, how she looks, how Arion dressed her, but don't want nobody to say nothing about Melody's children.
That's the kicker,
They
So,
talk about Tisha's children having
wow.
bad attitudes, but don't want nobody. What kind of crazy is that?
It's a cult like behavior.
And they think that the cast is going to should be nice to Melody. That is crazy.
Wow.
They cannot stand Melody. These are her fans. They're not gonna ever like Melody, and I don't blame them.
Wow. Well, like I say, Melody got her own show, her own network or whatever she got. Then why don't she go ahead and focus on that, and leave it to people that, really have a storyline? Because if you got to chop somebody else down,
Right,
in order for you to have a storyline, then, I wouldn't even want it, because like I said, they said, at the end, it's going to come back and bite you to the butt. And I like with Destiny, getting back to Destiny, Destiny could have dragged what's his name, Labora,
LeBaric.
LeBarrett. She could have went ahead and dragged him to the field, but she didn't drag him like Melody dragged Martell. You know how she'll come out and say he's the scum beneath her shoes, and
Right.
calling them all out his name. She didn't really drag him. She just was talking about what he did to her and her son.
Yeah, and she didn't really go in depth about what she
No, she
went
didn't. She
through.
could have.
I think it's because she knows one day her son will be able, because this ain't going nowhere. Her son will
No.
be able to see how his mother, because he gonna love his daddy regardless. He's gonna want to see how his mother treated his father.
Hmm.
So she said she didn't speak on LeBerry because of her son. I know where she coming from. She's not going to speak really nasty about LeBerry because her son is going to see it one day.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
And
And that's the
with
point.
Martell and Melody's children,
Yeah.
I don't know why she thinks that these kids are not ever going to see all this crap she's doing. What she's
Hmm.
done to their father, they gonna love their daddy regardless, and her.
That's it. That's
But
it.
those kids are gonna be angry at him, and they sure enough gonna be angry with her too.
That's it. That, because that's just like with Destiny. Destiny said when the child service, had came and picked her and her brother up, and she saw her mom, she still wanted to be with her mom,
Yeah,
not knowing that, she was never going to be in that home, with her
right,
mom again, because the way that, her mom was on drugs.
right.
But
all that stuff as a child, and she said that, her brother had protected her, because, she could have been violated, which she was violated as a young child, but her brother stood with her, was a sheer, and then, he died on her. I mean, Destiny went through so much.
Yeah, I think he was.
Destiny went through hell.
Her brother was taken out. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, he was unalive state.
Yeah,
He was in the house, and they burnt the house down, whoever it was.
yeah.
So
So
just imagine, you could not identify your brother.
yeah, it's sad. I think she did the right thing though, and I think
Mhm.
she should stop speaking about LeBerry because her son is gonna get to be 8, 9, 10 years old on the internet, and he should not hear his mama speaking nasty about his dad.
Look, I barely can hear your mic moving. What you said?
I think she needs to continue her mindset of not speaking on her marriage. Let that
Yes.
that's between her and LeBerry. We don't need
Yes.
to know what all she went through.
Yeah, because the more that, I guess she feel she harbor on it, the more bitter that it would make it. But it's not making her bitter. It's making her better. The only thing that, maybe, she upset about, because she was on this show and she really couldn't tell her story because Melanie, kept making it about them.
Yeah,
And even when she wanted to focus on her business, just like on her business, when she was having remember when she was having that grand opening, that big old fight took
yeah,
place, and Melody, first of all, she shouldn't have even went in with that bad attitude, because this girl is trying to get her business off the ground. To me, it was like Melody, and like I said, this is my opinion, guys, I'm just going off of a reality show. It's like Melody intentionally wanted to throw a wrench in her business, didn't want
yeah.
her business to go up, because she could have confronted Miss Wanda any other place. Why did she wait to confront Miss Wanda, when Destiny was having a grand open? Make it make
Absolutely.
sense.
Should have never happened.
It shouldn't have never happened.
Should have never went. Her and Destiny weren't friends at the time anyway. So why go?
Yes.
Except she wanted to clown and make that particular day all about her, which absolutely happened. It took the shine off of Destiny
And made it about her.
and made it about her.
And that's the thing about it. I be asking, the ones that be writing so hard for Melanie. I say, tell me anything, that I said, was wrong, so I can correct myself. How can I know, you know, if you don't correct me? You're gonna tell me this is bad commentary, and oh, you bias, and tell me in what area, what did I say when it came to Melody that I said was wrong? Because like I said, we only can talk about of what they put out, right?
Absolutely. I think they think everything Melody do is cute. Every time she
Mhm.
cut up somebody, or every time she's mean to somebody, uh, Martell or Destiny, Tisha, they think that mess is cute.
Mhm.
Somebody bust her in her face, they won't think that's so cute.
That's it. And I like the part where Destiny has said she left everything, even from the utensils, but she took her child.
Yeah,
You see? She didn't care about the house, she didn't care about the furniture, she didn't care about anything. All she wanted out of that home was her child.
son. Yeah, moved out, and I guess she probably bought all brand new, whatever she needed for herself, and let him have all of his furniture or whatever. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think that she most likely thought she was going to make it on Real Housewife, Loving Marriage in Huntsville. I think she thought she was going to go ahead and make it, but the fans did not give her the opportunity. And once she crossed it, Melody, Melody, it's like she wanted to see her go.
Yeah, and her only crime against Melody is she refused to give up her friendship with Martell.
Yes.
That was
And
her only crime, which is crazy.
And I want to know, why did she thought that was going to happen? Because Martell and Destiny, they grew up, they went to the same
Love you.
school. So what made her think that, to me, that's childish. It's like high school. If you met with someone, I'm supposed to be mad with that person as well. Make it make
But
sense.
it's crazy. for a grown, a 38-year-old woman. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know, you've been married a long time. I was married a long time. We are mutual friends that my husband and I had. When it was over, our relationship was basically a mess. I wasn't angry with the people that were still friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
I was still friends with him too. When I see him, I congregated with him, talked to him, and then when they saw him, we would be at the same place at the same time with the same people. I went my way, he went his way, but I didn't hate everybody that remained friends with him.
Yeah, to
Even
me, it was
family
childish.
my family members loved him, and when we had hard times, I wasn't expecting for them to be mean to him because he and I were having problems. Everybody loved him. I wasn't expecting for nobody to hate him because me and him were having issues. The cheating and stuff. No,
Hmm.
you ain't got to be mad at him.
Absolutely.
It's childish.
Absolutely. That's why I say, uh, Melody, and everybody think that, oh, we picking on Melody. No, we're not picking on Melody. It's just Melody made it all about her.
Yeah,
And I just hope that Carlos King, he put his foot down, because if he don't put his foot down,
he won't.
he's going to lose out. And if you think that one person, banking on one person, could carry that show with you, then you're not a good producer. You're not a good executive. You might as well go ahead and shut it down.
I don't think Carlos King will put his foot down. He gonna let it play out.
Hmm.
They do it. Unless they get really violent with each other, then he'll have to step in.
Yes, but I
Well,
hope Destiny come back.
I do too. I really do. I want to see Destiny move forward and have the life that she deserves, a man and her family and a home, and yeah, I want to see Destiny make it work.
Hmm.
I hope
And
she,
it was foul. It was very foul because what's it, her husband, her ex-husband, LeBaron, he was messing with the producer, and she said that was her producer, right?
yeah, the girl that Moses married, that was her producer.
Moses is who?
The boyfriend, with the beard, bald headed guy.
So Destiny husband, didn't Destiny husband was with the one of the producers?
No, no, her last boyfriend.
Oh, the one that she was going to bring on.
Right. He ended up fooling around with her producer and married the girl.
Oh, okay. So they never brought him on yet. We
No,
didn't get to see him, right?
no, Destiny never. I think she always knew there was something sly about him. She didn't bring him. He wanted to be on the show, but Destiny didn't bring him on.
Okay, but her husband, her ex-husband, he's not with no one that's on that show, right?
No, he's not.
Okay, okay, because I thought that was her husband. So that
No.
what there was the
Her,
boyfriend that she was going to go
right,
ahead and bring on.
right. Her last boyfriend.
Oh, I guess she had got discouraged and said, I might as well just go ahead and just let the show go,
Yeah,
because she didn't have him to bring in.
yeah. I think that's what happened.
Hmm.
But I hope she comes back.
Yeah, I hope they go ahead and give her what she want, because she the only one, like I said there and said, have a storyline. And maybe that, like I said, we already saw that she like Ariane, and she's gonna love whoever Martell is with,
Yeah,
because at Martell's birthday, all of them was there, and the
yeah.
millimeters, they got upset with that,
Yeah, Destiny gonna support Martell regardless
regardless.
of who he's with because she considers him. She lost her brother.
Hmm.
Kind of considers Martell a brother, so she's gonna support him regardless of who he's with, and that's what a friend does.
Absolutely.
If that's your real friend and you've chosen somebody, they're gonna try to respect you and respect your relationship. You know,
Hmm.
which she tried to do with Melody. She tried to
Hmm.
be friends with Melody and respect her. You know.
And that's the part that I just don't understand, because I want to know, what did Destiny do to Melody that bad, where Melody had the audacity to put
personal information, on social media, especially, when Destiny was going through financial difficulties. You remember when she found about the utility bills, and Destiny said she didn't even ask Melody to even, help her with, paying her utility bills.
Yeah,
Destiny said that Melanie, she took it of her own to go ahead and write her a check. And then once you write the check, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to talk about it. You don't do stuff
yeah,
like that. If I
yeah,
give you something right now, like that's between you and I. It's up
absolutely.
to you to sit there and say, look, I think, D for helping me out, but you don't make it, your business to sit there and say, I did this for this person when you
Right.
know good and well, this person did not even ask.
That was a snake move.
That was a
And,
snake. You're right.
right. And I believe with Melody, because, Destiny didn't ask for the money.
Hmm.
I believe when she gave her that money, she had intended to use that against her if
Yes.
Destiny did not stop being friends with Martell and side with her. She was going to blast Destiny about that money.
Yes, that was absolutely wrong. And that's why I said there and said, how can these people keep condoning all this bad behavior? Why
Well,
you don't see it? We only can call out of what we see. And if
yeah,
they think that that was right, someone sat there and volunteered to give me money, and then they talk about it like I was a charity case.
absolutely. Well, you know what? When you were going to school, like when I was going to school, there was always a mean girl that had
Mm.
followers, other people following them. Always. So there are always going to be people that are going to side and big up that mean person and love
I'm
everything they do.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad God has shielded me. I never ever saw any one of my friends or even my enemies act
Hmm.
the way that they act. If
Hmm.
I would have seen someone around me acting the way that Melody is acting towards her friend, nowhere in the world I would have been cut off. Or they probably would have sat there and they would have knocked her out because nobody is going to let somebody railroad them like that. Like I said, this right here only going to happen on a reality show.
Yeah, no, I experienced it.
Oh, you
In,
did?
yeah, in the beginning of high school.
Wow.
There were a group of us, 4 or 5 girls. We all ran around together, and one particular girl. Well, it was a new guy that transferred in from another city into
Mm-hmm.
our community and came to our high school.
Mm-hmm.
And this one particular girl in the group wanted to date him. And this particular guy, he was interested in another friend of the group. And that specific female wanted everybody in the group, 5 or 6 of us, to freeze out this girl.
Wow.
She wanted the boy. And I was like, no. In fact, she wanted us all to jump the girl.
Oh,
I'm
she
like,
wanted you guys to fight.
yes, she wanted us to jump the girl because she wanted that boy for herself. I'm like,
Yes.
no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. He's going to choose who he wants. It's either going to be you or her. Of course, he
Mm-hmm.
chose the other girl. And of course, I was iced out of the friend group because I
Okay.
couldn't go along with the get along. No, I'm not
Wow.
doing that. He done moved here. He was a halfway cute boy, but he made his choice. No, I'm not jumping her. No. And I was what 14 years old then.
Yeah, but you was 14. These people, we talking about grown tail
Right.
women.
I
You
mean,
see what I'm saying? These 30-some-year-old women and acting like high schools. Like I said, the
yeah,
grown-ups acting like children, and the
yeah,
children act more mature than the grown folks.
it's the same scenario. And I didn't
Wow.
like it then, and I don't like it now. You know,
Wow.
and I didn't mind being iced out because all I did was found another friend group. My
Wow.
father used to say, friends are a dime a dozen. You can pick up,
Absolutely.
drop one today and pick up 10 tomorrow. You ain't got to be nobody's flunky. I heard
Absolutely.
this coming up, and I was like, yeah, I like hanging out, but girl, I'm not fit to jump on her because you want him.
Hmm.
And of course, she iced me out of the friend group. And I was like, okay, bye. I went on and found some more friends.
Wow.
So if
But
I felt that way at 14, I'm 67. My mindset have not changed. I don't like
well,
mean girls.
hmm
You know, I'm never gonna like a mean girl.
no, no, because like I said, and I'm always was the type of person, maybe because I truly believe that I had a calling since I was a very, very young age, and God shielded me from people like that, and I'm not gonna say, that I had, bullies in the mix because I did have bullies, but look like the bullies, I was friends with the bullies. You understand what I'm saying? Because
Uh,
I'm the type of person I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I cannot sugarcoat, I cannot say something that's going to coat your ears.
mm,
People when they came around me, my friends came around me, they know that I was going to preach the hell out of them. You see what I'm saying?
okay, okay,
Even if I was out there or in the church or on the streets, I don't care where I was.
okay,
Even if I wherever I was, I don't care. Even I'm going to preach the hell out of
okay, okay. I
them.
see, I see.
I'm not that type of person that how people they try to say things, knowing is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't tell me a lie because a lie is not going to help me. Tell me the truth because the truth is going to help me to grow.
Okay,
You
okay.
telling me this lie, all that's going to do is what? It's going to stagnate me.
Right, right,
I
right.
can't grow. I can't grow off a lie, and that's how it is when it comes to this reality show. And that's why I think that a lot of people are trauma bonded because I guess they most likely was bullied all their lives, or their husband was cheating, and they didn't know how to handle it, and just to see someone else going through it, no matter what this person is doing to the next person, they still gonna ride so hard. So that's the only way, that's the only thing that I can see.
Mm-hmm. Well, I ain't never liked a bully. I never liked him. I never ran with him. I never co-signed with no bully. You know, I'm always trying to help the person that's being mistreated.
Hmm.
You know, that's the way. If I felt like somebody was being mistreated, that's the person that I'm going to
Your mic moving. What you said?
a person that's being mistreated, that's the person that I'm going to align of the weaker person.
Yes.
I'm going to align myself with and try to help. I'm not going to
Yeah.
hurt anybody that's already down. I'm not going to get with nobody and dog nobody else out. I'm too much
Yes.
woman for that, you know.
But I just don't understand, how grown folks, how these people on these reality shows, how they could come on and just make themselves look like a fool. And if Ariane do come on that show, I just hope that that contract, because someone was sitting there saying, Martell is not going to let her come on unless it's $1 million. And like I said, if she come on, it have to be close to $1 million, because I'm not gonna let uh the fans and also allow these people to sit there and try to chop me down, because if she come on, oh my God, them fins gonna come out, them horns gonna show.
Yeah, I don't think it has to be $1 billion a paycheck. Anything that's
Hmm.
going to put some money in her pocket should be decent enough for him and for her. Right
Hmm.
now, she ain't got no money coming in.
So how
So,
much do you think that it should she should be worth? Because they were saying that Martell makes $56,000 a episode, which they ran that show for like 33 episodes, right? So if he's making $54,000 an episode times 34, that's like almost $2 million. So how much do you think Ariane, which Ariane is the center, she will be the glue that's going to get those ratings up. How much do you think that she should be worth?
starting out, I think it should be a low number, and just to see how she makes it through one season, how she interacts with the cast,
Hmm.
what she can bring to the show. So it should start low. I mean, maybe 5 or 10,000 an
10.
episode.
I would never come on for no $10,000 an
So,
episode. Not
okay,
knowing that my life is on display, and for 6 whole seasons, these people sat there and drugged me through the mold. Girl, no way in the world. I would tell Carlos King I can go be a waitress for $5,000 an episode or 10,000.
yeah,
They're gonna
because
have to pay her to be happy, at least to be fair, because with
if they don't bring Ariane on that show, they might as well go ahead and wrap it up or revamp it, just like Real Housewives of Atlanta is doing. And people already attached to, the people that they see. And anytime when you bring in somebody new, like I say, you can bring in Michelle Obama, and the rating still is not going to go up until you bring in that exact person that helped build that show from the ground up.
Well, I stand by what I how I feel. So
10,000, 5 to 10,000. I don't think I wouldn't even get out my bed for $5 to $10,000.
well, I mean, just to see how she's gonna perform, how she's
It,
gonna interact, what she can bring to the show. I
well,
would
it's not the C. It's not the C logical, because everybody wants to know now, so it's going to be, the rate is going to be sky high when she first step on that show, because everybody wants to hear what she have to say. So maybe, the first and the second season pay me a lot of money. Now after the third season, if the ratings start going down, then we can negotiate. But the first season, I mean the first minute she step on that show, oh, they gonna have to pay me a lump sum of money. I see the first and second season that she's on that show, at least $60,000 an episode.
I don't know. I don't see Owen paying that type of money.
If I was her attorney for
Mm.
2 seasons, 60,000 an episode.
Now I don't see that. They don't know
Hmm.
how she's going to perform, if she's going to interact and be able to get along with the people on the show in order to be on the show an entire season.
Well, it's not to interact. They wants to hear, like I said, they want to hear a side. And when it comes to these black reality shows, you know how we love drama. And this girl can get on Instagram. The minute she gets on Instagram, they screenshotting her and putting clips and putting it on social media. So quite obvious,
Hmm.
all eyes is on her. So I would say, if I was her attorney, and I was negotiating at the table, I say, if you want Ariane on, it's going to be $60,000 an episode.
I don't see that one happening. But I hear you.
Mhm.
I hear you. I respect your viewpoint. But I wouldn't forgive her that kind of money. I would have to. It would have to be on a trial
But
basis.
yeah, the trial, that's what I'm saying. The first and the second,
Right.
season.
Yeah, but it would start out low. And if she performs and she get a second season, then her pay rate will go up. But I would start
Hmm.
kind of low to see
Hmm.
how she interacts with him, how she performs on TV. Yeah, I wouldn't give her no 60 grand an
Hmm.
episode. Nah, nope.
Oh, so, okay. So if you had a choice, so either the show is a wrap, is no one is watching, the viewers. I think you had told me it's less than 200,000. Episode. The viewers are very low, and sooner or later, nobody is going to even want to pick up that show. An- Oprah, whoever is a part of this, they'll go ahead and cut the cord. So either, if you have a chance to make those ratings go up and you got the ace in the pocket, then what your choice is, to just let the show go, or you put this person on and just bank on her. Because like I said, they banked on Melanie, thought Melanie was going to be able to sit there and make those ratings, but we found out that Melanie cannot make those ratings without dragging Martell.
Right. I
So
think
you might as well to bring in Ariane.
I don't know. I wouldn't. I would
Uh-huh.
start it low if she performs. Then I would raise her salary the second season. I mean, you could get
Okay.
Carson Blue and her husband, but they could get Carson Blue
I
and the
don't I don't I don't really care for Carson Blue, and I wouldn't even trust her. And the reason why I wouldn't trust her, because first of all, she was a cosmetologist, and I've been a licensed cosmetologist for like 30 years.
uh,
And a cosmetologist, when you're a cosmetologist, you like a therapist. People come in and they talk to you, and they tells you their darkest secret, and they expect, if I talk to you, then that's between me and you. And for what's her name, Carson Blue, to carry out what Letitia had told her, no person is going to ever, talk to her again about their personal business, because you don't do that. And especially if you're trying to build a relationship for a clientele with that person, and when it comes to Letitia was going to pay that money because Letitia is on that show and she's a celebrity. So she's going to put that money in your pocket and she's going to make your name known. So she dropped the ball because she thought that, if she turned on Letitia, then Melody was going to go ahead and pick up. But Melody, we already know Melody is not going to pick nobody up but herself. So
Yeah,
she dropped the ball. And so she tried to run with Stormy, but Stormy is not going to play it because Stormy don't want her business to come out, because we already know now the girl got diarrhea of the mouth.
yeah, yeah. Well, I wouldn't give her no 60 grand. I would start
Hmm.
off with 5 or 10. The next season, if she do well, I'll give her a little bit more. I mean,
Yeah.
because true, I think Carson would also bring in some decent
So
ratings.
what could Carson bring in? Because she played herself, when she even tried to do a YouTube channel, and once she started piggybacking and she realizing, oh, you guys are dark. You guys trying to bring me into this dark place, and I'm trying to build up my clientele. I'm not from Huntsville. I'm from Detroit. And so I saw that Carson was trying to back away from the Mellomies because she know that they was trying to drag her in, but she couldn't come out. So, and I'm just saying allegedly, this is my opinion. This is what I saw. So she most likely say, look, I'm trying to get away from these people because these people trying to mess up my business. And if I say the wrong thing, they're going to try to sit there and shut my business down like they did everybody else. So I don't even see Carson Blue. I don't even see her on YouTube anymore.
No, I don't see her either.
You see, because she got the message. And
I,
now that, with all the stuff that's going on with the court, with this RP, I'm pretty sure if that's the truth, she's going to be subpoenaed as well.
I bet you Melody would rather have Carson Blue on there than Ariane.
Of course, wouldn't you?
She would jump on it. Okay, and
Wouldn't
she
you?
would.
Wouldn't you?
Melody would befriend Carson Blue.
Of course, but it wouldn't last because every
No,
time when
it's a
Melody
laugh.
attached with somebody, it
Yeah,
doesn't last.
yeah. But that would be my second choice. If Ariane didn't go for the contract, I would bring
Mhm.
Carson and her husband and children on the show. That's what
Yeah.
I would do if I was Carlos. She's
Yes.
already introduced to the Love and Marriage Huntsville fans.
Yeah.
He would prefer to have her than Ariane.
At
If,
first, I would have loved to see Carson Blue, but once she sat there and she did what she did, and I guess that turned a lot of people off. So I think she even messed up with own network because first of all, she was the stylist. The stylist should have never went ahead on social media and put all that out. Ain't nobody's really going to trust somebody like that.
you talking about the RP?
Yeah, I'm talking about the RP. First of all, they hired her as a stylist to do these cast members to do their hair, right? That was, if I'm not mistaken, that was Tisha's stylist, right?
Right, she was doing
And for her to sit there and trying to make a name for herself, and it went ahead pretty much. It backfired because the minute when you sit there and you go against the millimeters, then they're gonna chew you up and spit you out.
I don't know. I said that would be my second choice. If I
Hmm.
could get Ariane to, if he wanted to bring her on, and they could negotiate a price or money, I would go for Carson Blue. If
Yeah,
I
but
was production, Carlos King, because that would bring drama. She's a decent looking woman. She has a business. She has a husband and kids. I would bring her on. If
yeah, but the show not centered around her. The show is centered around Ariane and Martell, and Melanie. That's the triangle right there. So, you know, that's
well,
not Martell's reality. Then what about Martell's reality?
well, I guess he would have to get her on board if
So
he
what
wants.
Martell is going to
Ariane is gonna do whatever Martell tell her to do.
then what Martell going to do? Because Martell already said if he don't tell his reality, just go ahead and fire me.
Yeah,
So even if they bring in Carson Blue, to replace Ariane, then what about Martell? What's Martell supposed to do? Still fight with Melody? Because he's not going to be able to tell his truth.
honestly believe that if Martell tell Ariana to come on for $5,000 an episode,
Hmm.
she gonna do whatever he tell her to do.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Not 5,000 episode. I wouldn't do it. That's not no money at all.
Well, it's more money than she got now. She ain't making
Mhm.
nothing now.
Five time, and just say if they do 30 episodes, that's no money. That's no money at all. Nowhere in the world I would even get out my bed for that amount.
If Martell tell her to get out of bed for 2,000, I think she would do it.
Nah, I don't think so. I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. And if I was her advisor, I wouldn't do it. Because
Mm,
the show is almost down to the ground. It's almost about to nothing.
yeah.
Because everybody's sick and tired of seeing Melanie and Martell going back and forth. So pretty much they really don't have nothing to offer. So the only ace in the pocket, that they can pull out, and that's Martell and Ariane. That's the story. That's going
Well,
to
that's
get
his
those
story.
ratings up.
That seems to be his story. You
Yeah,
know,
that's the only thing that's going to bring them ratings up.
right.
So if I'm the only one that's going to carry the weight of that show, then you're going to have to pay me what I want. Just the 2 seasons, and after that we can, like I said, we can go ahead and renegotiate.
Well, I don't know, if they would start at a top number. I honestly believe they would start low and then be.
Hmm.
I don't
Girl,
see
I don't
start.
even think no reality shows would even nobody would come on and tell their personal business for $5,000. Even Peter Thomas, Peter Thomas was saying that the man was not even cast, but he wouldn't come on, for less than 5,000. So if Peter Thomas wouldn't come on for less than 5,000, what makes you think that someone that's a part of the cast gonna only come on and tell their business, be scrutinized and have to go through therapy because the fans gonna eat her up, the millimeters gonna eat up, and Mar- uh when it comes to Melody is quick with the tongue. Melody gonna try to sit there and pull it apart, and most likely Ariane gonna mess up and put some hands on somebody, because she ain't gonna sit there and just let Melanie constantly in her face and not sitting there defending herself. So if you want me to come on, then you're gonna have to pay me unless I'm not getting out my bed.
Yeah, I feel you. Bravo and OWN, no, that's two different networks. I mean, Bravo's
Mm-hmm.
money is 10 times longer than OWN network's money.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys on Bravo were getting 10% of their mates. I think he was getting 10% of Cynthia's money. I think Cynthia might have been making like $500,000 a year. So
Who,
of course,
Cynthia Bailey?
yeah, she was probably making about. I think she said 700,000, something like that.
Okay, okay.
So of course, his cut of 700,000 was like 70,000 an
Mm-hmm.
episode. So yeah, that's pretty good. Bravo's money is way longer than
Of
OWN.
course, of course.
So if Martell is getting 56,000 an episode, she's gonna, probably they'll probably break her off with 10% of what he's getting.
I wouldn't even want to break off from what he's getting. My money have to be separated.
Right. I mean, give her 10% of what he's making.
And also they have to pay for my son too. That's another contract, a separate contract by itself.
Yeah, I could see them giving her money for the baby and money for herself. I don't think Destiny was getting that much.
I don't know, but see, Destiny she didn't have that golden ticket. See, Ariane, you guys can get mad, you can get glad, you can stomp, you can do whatever you want to do. The ones that's watching and listen, I'm telling the truth. Martell, not Martell, yes, Martell and Ariane is the golden goose to that show. Because if they don't come on, then you might as well go ahead and wrap it up. Because Melody already done ruined it. Everything is about Melody and Martell. Nobody don't want to keep seeing that. Who wants to keep seeing that?
I agree. I agree. I believe the ratings will go up, but I still, the first year, the money will have to be, first year money.
Mm-hmm.
50 or $60,000. That's 5 or the 6 year pay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the first year pay. To me, I mean, because they going into season 7. The show is about to be a wrap anyway.
Hmm.
I don't
I
know.
think didn't Carlos King say they filming now?
Yeah, they are filming.
So every last one of them, so if they filming now, everybody is asked back. So most likely Ariane going to be on. Like I said, the way that they going to bring Ariane on is that they going to meet her at the courthouse when Martell went ahead and turned himself in.
Yeah, I think it would give the show a big boost. You know,
Hmm.
um, we'll see. Whenever they get done filming, we'll see.
Hmm. But it's, you know how I am, Elijah. Like I said, they say I could take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. When I call it, you can take it to the bank, and this is the way that I see how they going to add Ariana part of that show.
Yeah, I believe they want to. I believe they should because
Hmm.
it will give the show a big boost.
And that's why I said there and say you got to be careful how you put your mouth on people, because Melody, she the one opening the door for Ariana. Ariana wouldn't have never been able to come through that door if she wouldn't have made this big bang, by sitting there, and
Hmm.
charging her husband, with some old receipts.
Hmm.
So if Ariane come on the show, all you going to do, guys, is blame it on Melody. Blame it on Melody because Melody is the cause of it.
Yeah,
Melody is the reason why Ariane had came on this show.
right. I mean, without her blasting it, without Melody blasting the affair and taking it to this level, nobody would probably ever heard of Ariane. I still
Never.
don't see them giving her that much money, and then they have to give all of them. I mean, do you think Tisha and Kimmy, Maurice, or Marceau would want her to come on and be making more money per episode than they are?
Well, it's like I said, the contract is not about that. That's not the way that the business is. Everybody have different contracts. Nene wasn't making the same money that all the rest of them. Nene, they say she was the highest reality star on Bravo. Like I said, all of them negotiate different. They
Yeah.
said that when it came to Sanja and Drew, they wasn't getting nothing but pennies on a dollar.
Uh,
So it's all about who is going to carry that ball. So if the Scots not going to carry that ball and just say the Scots are getting 40,000 an episode and Ariane is the key to bringing those ratings up, then you're going to have to put the money who's going to sit there and run with the ball. It is what it is. Life is not fair.
yeah.
And I only could say that because I'm speaking from a business point of view, because this is what I do. My living is business, and that's life is not fair. This is all about negotiating.
Yeah, I
So
remember
you're gonna go where the money is.
Latoya Ali said they were paying her $1,000 per episode.
Who?
Latoya Ali when she was on Bravo.
Yes, I remember.
First year. They're gonna start low.
But
They'll
she wasn't a she didn't have no she didn't have she didn't have nothing to bring to the table. What did she have to bring to the table? She was a blogger.
she well what is it that Ariana, I mean, she wouldn't be a main cast member. She would be
Ariane would be the main cast, and I know, guys, you don't want to hear it. I know that you guys don't want to hear it, but let me go ahead and paint this story right here. They made it about Ariane. Melody made it about Ariane when she was saying about Martell and his infidelity and how she went to Ariane's house and how Martell went and had an outside kid. She made Ariane the center of that show. So Ariane got a lot to offer. And Ariane, like I said, I would have a bodyguard.
you're saying if Ariana came on the show, she would be considered a main cast member.
She the piece of the puzzle.
No, 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 no. I mean, because the core six are the main cast members. Martell
Mhm.
and Melody are number one and two. Then Scott one, which will be Marceau, and Tisha are the second main cast members, and then Maurice and Kimmy. So you think Ariane would come on in the position of a main cast member?
Because they wants to hear a story. They wants to hear a story. M- um, Melanie and Martell had beat this like a dirty old dish, right? They don't want to hear it. Everybody's tired of Martell and Melody going back and forth.
Yeah, I
Tisha
agree.
and Tisha and Scott, what's his name? Tisha and Marcel, like I said, they add to the story, but everybody, like I said, people, especially, when it comes to these reality shows, they have a thirst for drama. They
Yeah,
have a thirst for drama. And if
yeah.
that's going to give them their fix, then, even though they're gonna be gritting their teeth, and pulling out their hair, but they wants to see that, it's like a person, when you are diabetic, you got to have that you craving for that sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, she's the piece of the puzzle. And I know that a lot of people, they don't want to hear it, but you
Mm-hmm.
guys, y'all made that beast. That's why you have to be careful. You got to be careful what you ask for. Much is given, much is required.
Okay, I just want to make sure I understand you clear. Um,
Yes.
if she comes on, if Ariane comes on, she would be, as Martell's wife, friend, girlfriend, or whatever, she would be put in the position of one of the core six.
Of it's not that they like her, but it's that, that's a part of Martell's reality.
No, I'm speaking of as a cast member. There are the core six.
Yes,
Melanie
and the reason why logical is because they made it about that. They made it about Martell and Melody's Martell's infidelity. If they would have made it about the business what they started off with, of the comeback group, then that would be a different story. But they made it all about Martell's infidelity.
Mhm.
So even if the Scots and all of them don't even come on. Everybody wants to see the three of them. They wants to see Melody, Martell, and Ariane because they wants to get to the bottom of it. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not so. She's talking all out of her mouth." It's true.
Mm.
It's true. You guys, like I said, you built this show off of drama. You built it off of a raggedy foundation. You build it off of Martell's infidelity of his cheating.
Right.
So, like I said, the way you build it, then that's the way that you harvest those seeds. That's just like, for instance, logical. If you plant oranges, and you're gonna get an orange tree, right? So
Uh,
whatever you put in that ground, you're going to grow whatever you put in that ground, right?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if whatever you put in that ground, it's going to come up, right?
Yeah.
So they put all that in that ground. So this right here is what I call harvest time. Harvest time.
I don't know. I
You
don't
don't
think
see it. You don't see it.
I don't see her being paid or considered part of the core six,
Well,
which
she
is
couldn't
why
come.
when
Well, I wouldn't even come out my bed. Let them go ahead and just run the show down because, like I said, this is the beast that they made. What Melody said, she said when they take it low, she take it to hell, right? So when you say you're gonna take it to hell, just be careful who gonna be behind that door. You made this beast. You created this beast because nobody even knew about Ariane until they put light. Now it's time to put a face to that. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I agree. If that's his life, he wants to present his real life, but I don't see her being paid or considered part of the core six.
Well, I wouldn't come
I
on. What's
paid
the purpose of coming on? Would you go and work for nothing?
No, I wouldn't go for nothing, but I don't see her being part or paid as part of the core six.
Mm-hmm.
Because Destiny was on there, so is Stormy and her husband, and the Whitlows and the Fletchers. They are not part of the core six, none of them.
And I
They are
understand
not
you keep saying the chorus six, but you got to realize they didn't make it about the chorus six from
yeah,
season one.
yeah.
They made it all about themselves. You see?
No, I don't see it. I see the core six as the highest paid on the show.
Well, the chorus six is not just they won't even last for season seven because nobody wants to watch it. You already done told me it was like the ratings was like in the 200 to 300
Yeah,
thousands, right?
The majority of the ratings each week ranged in the 270, 280,000. In some weeks they did get over 300,000. Very few weeks.
That's very low.
Yeah, but I
What
still
advertisements that you know is going to sit there and put their money in something like that?
the core six are the highest paid. Melody and Martell make the most money, and then the
Yes.
stars are behind them. And then Destiny, the Fletchers, and the Whitlows, all of them are paid less than the core six.
Hmm.
They make money. We don't know how much each episode, but it's truly less than the core six. Melody and Martell make the most money. I believe Melody probably makes more money than Martell, or
I think so.
they're right there together.
I think so.
And then Marcel and Tisha, second, highest paid, and then Maurice and Kimmy. Everybody
Hmm.
else is making less money. The
Hmm.
core six is to me is making the most money. I don't see Ariane coming in making money like the core six. I
Hmm.
see her coming in making the same type of money that the Fletchers might be making, or the Whitlows are making, or who else is on there? When Destiny and her husband were on there, whatever kind of money those people were making, that's the money I see Ariane making. I don't see her making the money that the Core Six is making. Definitely not no money like what Martell is making.
And that's true from the point of view of the show
Right.
of Love and Marriage in Huntsville. That's truth, you see. But they didn't make it about that. That's the part that, I'm trying to, paint that picture, to get you all to see. They didn't make it about the comeback group. They didn't make it about
Core Six, huh?
the core six. How you said it?
The Core Six.
They
The,
didn't make it about the core six.
it was supposed to be
Yes.
about the three couples.
Yes, they didn't make it about that. Like I said, they ruined the show. Well, not them, the host ruined the show.
Well, I feel you. I get you. The focus changed and switched off the Core Six to
Yes.
infidelity deal. But their paychecks, I'll be willing to bet you, their paychecks are based on the Core Six getting paid more and everybody else getting paid less.
Well, the paychecks, but promise you, the well gonna run dry season 7 if they continue beating this dead horse with Melody and Martell, still arguing and going back and forth, and they've been divorced for almost 3 or 4 years.
And that could be
So
the problem.
they might as well go ahead and wrap it up.
That could be the problem where she want a whole lot of money that they're not willing to pay her.
Who?
Ariane.
Yeah, of course, because she know that when she come on, she's gonna save that show.
Yeah, but they can't pay her more than they pay the Core Six.
Well, then they just gonna have to cancel, just like Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is going to be the first time after 16 whole seasons that
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Atlanta they not even airing. So they just gonna have to shut it down because I
Hmm.
don't think that show gonna be able to last with just them going back and forth with each other. Tisha already said, and even Kimmy came out and confirmed it. They are sick and tired of them trying to run this story of Marcel's cheating. People are tired of that.
Yeah, you know.
So, and people are already saying now the same thing that you and I have been saying from day one. We are sick and tired of Melanie and Martell going back and forth. So, what else do they have?
I feel you. You know.
What else do they have? Tell me if you could tell me what else do they have.
I'm sure. I mean, we could see some of what Marceau and Tisha are building. We could see some of what Maurice and Kimmy, their real estate, because I think they have a real estate office too. They sell properties. They can focus on the Fletchers and their businesses. What's her name? Nails Daycare. Fletcher's real estate business. It's a whole lot they can focus on.
And that's exactly what I want to see, but it's not going to happen because not now. It's not going to happen until somebody from the hosts leave off of that show. Because long as Melody there, they're gonna make it all about Melody.
About her.
And is
That's sad.
and that's why we don't even know too much what's going on
Like,
in other people's personal life, what kind of stuff that they going on, because it's overshadowed because of the hoax bringing all that garbage.
Yeah, Destiny did say that to Latherius in
Hmm.
that interview that she filmed a lot, but they only focus on
On the,
on the host.
absolutely. Now
You
you
know,
see what I'm talking about.
yeah, I see what you're talking about, but
I
I
would love to see the Scots, because even Tisha tried to bring the what you call it, the comeback group, the four, six cores, how you call that?
with the Black Expo.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Black Expo. Tisha was trying to bring them all together, so they could
yeah.
get back on track, and they found something, to say bad about that. I don't think nothing was wrong with the
I
Black
think there's nothing
Expo.
wrong
I
with it.
thought she did a good job. She did a
Yeah,
good job.
I did too. I thought it was
Yes,
nice, for the first one.
first one, yes.
Yeah, but it might have been a little. I don't know.
How can you sit there and you say that someone did a bad job and they asked you to help to participate in it and you didn't want to participate in it,
Absolutely.
but
I
then you
think it
got
was
something to
nice.
say. You got something to say about it.
Yeah, I think for the first one, I think it was nice. It could,
Yes.
well, this year, 24, the expo could be even better.
Yeah.
I thought it was nice for the first one.
But we'll never be able to get to know how nice it is long as Melanie and Martell keep going back and forth.
Well, old girl made it all about her.
You right.
It's just going
Absolutely.
on her for 6 seasons straight. Uh,
Absolutely.
Own has got to be tired of it. Own,
Everybody.
everybody is correct. Everybody is tired of her and her piss poor ass marriage.
And those millimeters, they are very vicious, malicious, they are very rude. These people are, I mean, they go to a very, very dark place where
Yeah,
they don't want to see nobody doing business on that show but Melody. Every person that tried to come up with some type of ideal, they try to sit there and sabotage it.
well, she set the uh, she set the tone of her fan
Hmm.
base for that, so that it can focus on just her. Actually, that's what she wanted. When she went to Carlos, she wanted to show the focus on her and Martell, mainly her. She really wanted to focus on
And
Martell.
Martell and Carlos King, he brought it.
She did,
He brought
yeah,
it, and this right here, this is the outcome by
yeah.
putting their A's in one basket.
Well, I mean, she made sure the focus was just on her.
Thank you.
And for some ungodly reason, Carlos didn't know how to switch it back to business.
That's it.
When he saw her drifting towards her piss poor marriage, he should have pulled it all the way back, at least by season 3. He should have
Hmm.
pulled that back, set her down, her and her mess. We don't want to hear nothing else about you and Martell. We going
That's
on to
it.
something else. But he don't let
That's
this
it.
ride for 6 seasons, which
That's
makes
it.
him a piss poor executive producer.
That's it.
He
And
ruined
just
the
like,
show.
yeah, and just like Tasha K has said, how long are you going to be the bad guy?
Right.
And if Martell and Ariane is married, and Ariane, she's come on that show because you already said there, you heard what Tasha K said. Your mic. You already heard what Tasha K said. Tasha K said, not Melody. Ariane said she's gonna stand by her man, right?
Yeah, she did.
So if she gonna stand by her man, and if she come on that show, hey, you're not gonna talk. I don't care if that's your ex-husband. This is my husband now. Just like I said last time, you're not gonna talk to my man any kind of way. Martell, you don't have to say not one word. I got this.
Yeah. I mean, well,
I just wish I was her PR, honey. Oh my God, I wish I was her PR.
Martell gonna have to stop putting himself in the position to have these interactions with Melanie. He ain't
Yes,
go sit at that table at that restaurant talking stupid. He could have
yes.
refused to do it. You know?
But I think the reason why Martell did it because he was doing his job, and like he said, to him it was acting. And now that it's playing out and he getting to see how he look and how the people, is making him look like, he's a stalker and a bad guy. Now he see, look, I'm not gonna play along with this. Just go ahead and fire me.
Yeah,
Because now he see how, all this stuff right here is being played out.
yeah. When he sat at that table and he saw the conversation wasn't going the way it should, he should have pivoted too.
Yes.
You know? And so, okay, just wanted to holler at you. before you leave, I got the kids. See you, and got up and
Yep.
walked out. He didn't have to sit there and talk stupid with her.
Yeah, because you could see that he was shocked, the way that he looked at her, he might say, man, look, we say we was going to do this. Now, when the cameras are on, you done went ahead and flipped the script.
Well, he should have flipped the script too.
I would have did too.
Yeah, he didn't have to sit there and keep going on with the same, narrative. He could have stopped all that. Well, will you forgive me? The woman done said 99,000 times she's not going to forgive you. Why would you let that come out of your mouth again? That was
That's
stupid.
it. And why would he want to even go around her? That's the part that I don't understand. So that's where I say that came, across as a stockish behavior because, y- even though he did say she only doing that when she's on cameras, because she's trying to
Right.
save face with her fans. But like I said, if she got to turn cold like this on me, I wouldn't even want to film with her because as we know right now, those type of people would sit there and put you in jail, under the jail. They will get you in a
Right.
world of trouble.
Yeah, it was two different lies told. She told the Fletchers that Martell wanted to meet with her. She didn't know what he wanted to talk about. And then
Hmm.
Martell says that he was asked by production to meet with her. So which way did it go? Which way was the truth?
Absolutely.
Stupid.
Absolutely. That's why I said, nowhere in the world that they going to be able to carry that show for season 7, with this same narrative. No way in the world they gonna be able to do that.
She pulls up in her freakum dress, looking like she about to go out on the town,
Hmm.
and he's dressed in a suit, and they sit there and argue with each other.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's to me. I hate when I see that when it's reunion time, and it was not just Love and Marriage in Huntsville. It was like Real Housewives of Atlanta as well. I was sitting there saying these women are on stage at the reunion, looking all beautiful in the expensive dress and looking all elegant, but it's like all the crap that they did to get there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, they do that. They get dressed up to come to the reunion to eat each other up, but I guess that's the nature of the game.
Yeah, it's the nature of the game. But like I said there and say, when someone going to say enough and enough, because I would like to see other stuff going on. I want to see them getting back on track, starting businesses in the community. I want to see all that, but we can't see it
Yeah,
until they sat there and put an end to this doggone mess.
yeah, all the reality shows do that. They get dressed, they go to these reunions, they pick and fight each other. I think these companies, these reality show executives, thinks that's what we want to see.
Well,
Women,
like they say, they need to listen, just like Call King. Everybody was telling Call King, you worrying about what's going on Real Housewives of Atlanta and Married to Medicine and all these other shows. What about your show? You got so much stuff that you could talk about that's going on your show. He said, well, I'm not going to talk about what's going on my show because it's still airing. What about the other seasons? You could talk about that.
yeah, I think this is what they think we want to see instead of business acumens and how everybody are getting along and enjoying themselves. I think they actually think this is what we want to see.
So you
Constant
think that
drama.
Call King wants us to see everybody sitting there tearing down other people, just to build somebody else up?
It's got to be because that's all we get.
Hmm.
Season after season. I think they actually think this is what the audience wants.
Wow.
If they thought that we really wanted to see something positive, they would give us something positive. I think they actually think people want to see this constant negative and fighting all the time, and we don't. But we
Well,
watch it every week.
why don't they just go ahead and just give Melody and Martell a show by themselves so they can have at it? If that's what they think, that's what we want to see.
I have no idea, but they've lost a lot of viewership from when the show first came on. So that should tell them that people are tired of seeing the same old crap. Well, Martell and Melody and who Marceau is sleeping with, they got to know the reason
Hmm.
why they are losing people is because of what they're producing.
Hmm.
People think they were going to do something different. Yeah.
And the thing about it, logical, they keep talking about the RP, but just say that the RP was not a factor, was not even a part. They still was finding something to sit there and tear down Martell with.
All the time. All the time.
So it's not the RP, it's just the RP is what y'all got running with because y'all really didn't have nothing else to run with.
But if it wasn't that, they would find something else.
That's it.
Absolutely.
But the thing about it, when it comes to the RP, it's not like he sat there and, like Nature Boy did, he put it on Instagram where the world can see what was going on. He threatened us. I could sit there and say anything that I'm going to do, but that does not mean that I'm going to do it. Is that a crime?
And that's why I don't believe it'll go nowhere in the criminal justice system or through the court case because he didn't. He threatened to do it if she didn't stop harassing him and dogging him, but he never did it. So I can't see how he would go to jail for something he only threatened to do and didn't do. I don't
That's
think,
it.
although her fans are going to be pissed if he don't go to jail, but I don't see him getting locked up for that.
But I
Yeah,
just don't understand why would you wants to see Martell in jail. What did he do so detrimental to see this man in jail? What did
crazy.
he do? Like I said, when it comes to infidelity to cheating, that is not a crime.
I know, and here's the thing. They keep saying Martell won't take no accountability. That man done said 100 times, I'm sorry. I
Thank
wish I
you.
had never cheated. Time and time, over and over, he said he was sorry. What they want him to do? Cut off a limb?
That's what I want. What you want to see him sit there and yeah, you want him to sit there and do something really harm to himself in order for you guys to believe him?
The only thing he can do is apologize. And he's done that I don't know how many times.
And what else they want out of
I
him?
don't know. I guess they want him to cut off cut his legs off at both at the kneecap. Both.
Got to be, because I don't. And then they want to say, well, want to call him, HO. But I really don't know any woman that besides Ariane
Right,
that he was with. What other woman besides Ariane? Because you already know I thought how I felt about Sheree. But why
right.
would you want to label this man as a H? And Dr. Heavenly had came out with old heavy tongue. She came out and said that a woman will pay him $5 and he'll go for it, and did say that's plain. I don't think it's plain because now this man is facing jail time, and he don't need you to sit there and make no jokes about him.
Yeah, actually, he's only. He said he was only with one woman. They have
Mhm.
came. I mean, he dated Sheree. I don't know if they ever were intimate. He only. He only states that they were dating. That don't mean they were, you know, together intimately.
Mhm.
We know he's been intimate with Ariane for years. I
Mhm.
don't know nobody else. So
Thank you.
he is not a whore.
So why are they labeling him as one when they don't have no pictures or nothing that this man ever was out there dating with so many women, where
Right,
you guys want to label him to something he's not? Make it make
right.
sense,
Well,
guys.
they're putting 20 on 10, honey. They exaggerate everything when it
Oh
comes to
my
Martin.
God, this is
He's an
ridiculous.
abuser. They have not seen him put his hands on nobody. I mean, he's gotten verbally aggressive, but he's not putting his hands on nobody. And Melanie, they asked her, I think that was, who asked her that? I think it was Dr. Heavenly, asked her, had Martell ever physically abused her? She said no.
Hmm.
Now, if Martell had put his hands on her, she would have said so.
Of course.
So, they make up all these stories about him and lie on him and dog him out because it's what their fan base or her fan base want to hear. And that's
But
how they get their money.
the only person that came out as aggressive, caught on tape, is her. All the stuff that they are accusing
Him,
Martell of, Melanie got it on tape that she was one. She was more abusive, and it's on tape, with the glass throwing. Even, with this reunion, that they are filming right, they showing right now,
right,
she sit there and said she beat his butt.
right, which will come up in court. Now,
Yes.
her fans are not going to hold her accountable for none of that, but the court system will.
Yeah.
When
And
they
the thing about it, I don't like how Carlos King went ahead and cut it off. Why Carlos King didn't tackle that?
I don't know. You mean with her saying she beat him up?
Yes.
Oh no, Carlos was gonna let that be heard because
You think he's going
actually
you think he's going to let it be heard or not?
he wanted it to be part of that reunion because actually
Okay.
Carlos is not very happy with the way Martell has been treated. What man would be? You know, I don't care what he say. You can tell he's not happy with the way uh, Martell has been treated. None of the men are. To me,
Hmm.
I don't
But
know.
but he didn't talk about it. He didn't talk about it unless he gonna talk about it next week because I think they is another reunion, right?
Right, right. Saturday.
So he might talk about it next week
Right,
because just like Martell said, let it have been a man. If it would have been a
right.
man, they would have never let that go.
Or if he had said that, oh,
Yes, yes.
they would be ready to nail him to the cross.
And notice you don't see no videos. You know how they make them 101 videos to sit there and assassinate Martell? Notice they didn't make no videos of Melanie saying that she whipped his butt.
Nope,
Notice that.
nope, not at all. But guess what? When they go to court, the judge is going to hear it. His lawyers are going to hear it, and they're going to present it.
Yeah,
You know.
absolutely.
So what her fans think don't matter when they go to court. Just like when they went to court for custody, her fans thought she was going to get full custody. He was not going to see his kids. If that man still got 50-50 custody. And the court stated that he, pretty much, that he was a better father than she was a mother. But it stated that he had the children's best interest at heart, and she didn't.
And that's why I didn't argue. Somebody has said, I had made a comment on Tasha K IG page, and someone had said, "Well, he didn't get custody." I didn't even argue because I know the truth. You understand? I know what is out there,
Yeah.
and I didn't argue. And just like I said, do you really think that Melody wanted full custody of her kids?
Nope. Never have, and she never will. She enjoys her freedom. She do not want those kids full time. You know. And he's a good father. She don't have to worry about them kids when they with him.
Absolutely.
You know. But yeah. And he ain't gonna let Ariana or nobody else do nothing to them kids.
Absolutely.
So
And what really hurts my heart is because they trying to make something out of nothing, and especially when they were saying that Ariane is a bad mother. How can you sit there and say this girl is a bad mother, and you only can go by of what they put out on social media, and then people not putting out that they are abusive.
right. Well, she's a modern mother, you know.
Hmm.
Um, different from, somewhat than, the way we raised our kids.
Yeah, and I understand what they're talking about. I'll be sitting here lying, to you guys if I don't understand what Melody is feeling inside. I understand all that part, but the thing about it, what I don't understand is that you know better than the next person because you sitting there, you putting fuel to the fire. That's the part that I don't understand, especially by Melody coming on and pitching this show and knowing that, her life was a wreck. That's the part that I don't understand. So that's why I put more of the blame on Melanie, because a lot of people say, I can't believe you trash talking. I can't believe you spewing out this type of commentary. Well, the reason why I'm doing this is because if you know that your life was messed up, you know that you was close to a divorce, you know all this stuff had happened, why would you put yourself on this reality show for the whole world to pick it apart? How was you going to sit there and justify all this stuff?
And that's why I hold Melody, because Melody was the cause that all this stuff came out into the open.
Well, she accomplished her goal. She generated
Absolutely.
she generated a fan base to make money off of. That was her goal from
Absolutely.
the beginning. So she got what she wanted, you know. That was the reason she came out and came up with all of this mess. She generated a fan base of trauma bond people that support her completely and buy her products. That was the
That's
reason.
it.
You know, when she,
That's it.
you know, that was her reason, in my opinion. I could be wrong.
That's it. And and that's the part that I'm trying to get her fan base to see.
They'll never see.
Like I said, we don't have a dog in this fight. We don't know these people from a can of paint. We only can go by of what these people are putting out. And if you air it out, then everybody have an opinion. Everybody gonna pick it apart.
Right. Well,
So you cannot get mad because it does not spin into your own way.
right. The content creators, they're making money off her.
Yes.
They're making money, so they are never going to see your point of view or my point of view
Absolutely. That's all it's about.
because they're making money off her. She's making money off them. So, they really are, it's working hand in hand. You
But
know,
everything comes to an end.
yeah, you know, but it's working out for her. She's got that fan base. They buy her products, so she say, they say they buy her products. Some of them, not all of them. Some of them say they
Hmm.
buy her products, and they're getting the subscriptions that they need and the clicks and subs. They get a YouTube check,
Hmm.
So they making money off her, and she's making money off them.
So, I guess that's explain why, they go so hard for her because,
Right,
it got to be money, and those
right,
clicks and likes, because when she exchanging the information, and I'm gonna say allegedly, and making videos and they getting paid. So
right. And you and I mean, I'm coming with my personal opinion. I ain't trying to
mhm.
make no money, but they're trying to make a check.
That's it. And I'll be telling you no live. I don't want to check, but I'm
Right.
not I'm not gonna get a check, and sit there and tell you guys what you want to hear.
Right, because you have integrity. But they
Hmm.
won't. They're going to say whatever they have to say to get those people to click. And a lot of people are there just for the entertainment of what the content creators say, the mean and nasty things that they say about
Hmm.
the cast. People want to hear that crap. They go on to hear it.
Hmm.
The way they talk about Tisha and talk about Kimmy and Martell and Maurice, they enjoy hearing that.
That's sad. Our own people at that.
Own people, you know. But that's what not all of us. I mean, because I don't want to hear that crap about those people, But a lot of people do. They are mean spirited people.
Hmm.
They thrive off of drama, trauma, and negativity.
That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. And like I said, when I come on, I'm going to stand on my truth. I can't jump on a bandwagon. Even I just can't sell my soul. I don't even think it's worth it. Nothing worth me to sell my soul over.
Yeah. Well, they make. I don't know what they making. It's got to be. It's profitable to them. Yeah.
Trust me, it's not that much. It's not that much.
I couldn't enjoy no money that I'm making off of being mean spirited to somebody else.
Me either.
I couldn't enjoy the money.
Me either. Because I remember when this old lady, she had went to Destiny Business and was filming. I know, not Destiny, Stormy.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were saying, "Oh, this is an old lady. Leave her alone." I say, this woman is going on at Stormy's business, putting it
Right.
on her YouTube channel, and getting you guys to sit there and interact and sabotage and kiki over this, and you don't want to call this woman out.
No, they was.
I mean, that right there, that was the all-time low right
Yeah,
there.
it was. It was horrible. You know. Now, what if Stormy had followed this woman to her job or followed her home and
And
videoed her home, or and put that on YouTube? That old
That's
lady,
it.
would she have enjoyed that? You
Not
know,
at all.
you know.
And
But
all I'm trying to say, get them.
cussed
What you
her
say?
out.
Go ahead. Say it. What you said?
Stormy did the right thing. She cussed her out. Really did.
Absolutely. Oh, girl, did she?
Oh, she cussed her out. She,
Oh my God, she called this woman all kind of
she
names.
was nicer than I would have been.
Oh my God, Stormy cursed this woman
Her
out.
ass completely up. Okay.
She tore her up with her mouth.
Yes, she did.
Oh, she cut through it.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I just don't understand. They take it to a whole dark place, and this could be a very beautiful show, but like I said, it's the way that they
Yeah.
started off. When
Yeah.
you started off with all this is how it's going to end.
It could have been a really, really good show if they were
Hmm.
actually friends and supported each other and liked each other. It could, of course, you're gonna have, like my auntie used to say, teeth and tongue will fall out. But it
Uh-huh.
could have been a really, really, really good, prosperous show. But
Hmm.
she took it to the left to
That's
make it
it.
all about her. You know.
And that's all I'm saying. I mean, they have a lot to say under the comments, but we are giving them the opportunity. Like I say, tell us where we wrong at, because like I said, we stand for corrections.
I'm just
So
surprised that Carlos King let it go this far for
absolutely.
this many seasons without switching the narrative back to where it should have been. I'm
Mhm.
surprised that he have let this go season after season after season.
You think that he was kind of scared because he know that they were going to turn on him because he also have a YouTube channel?
I think he could have turned the projection of the show back to business a long time ago,
Hmm.
and got away from this who's sleeping with who and all of the mess with Melody and this girl a long time ago. He should have put an end to that.
Hmm.
By the beginning of season three, this show should have took a different direction and got the
Hmm.
heck up off infidelity, period,
Hmm.
and went back to business. I'm surprised that he has kept this narrative going, allowed this narrative to keep going for 6 years.
Hmm.
I'm super surprised.
So we got 10 minutes. How do you think that, he could have reeled it back in?
He
Call us king.
Number one, a meeting, and told all of them, we are no longer going to speak about infidelity, and there will be no more talk about the divorce, how the infidelity with Martell and his girl. Nothing. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Y'all better focus on your businesses. Start taking some trips. Start having some dinners together. Doing something positive. Go to the park. Play baseball. Play football as a group. But you're not gonna keep focusing on this negative.
Hmm.
By season three, that should have been over with. I cannot believe he's letting it go this far for so many seasons.
And it's like he just sweeping it under the rug. He just don't want to face this big old huge elephant in the middle of the floor where he would rather, just like we had said earlier, he would rather talk about other shows than
Right.
handle what's going on right in his
And
own
and
house.
he see
That
the
part don't make no sense.
he see the ratings dropping. He see the
Hmm.
people not tuning in, not watching the show, or watching it only on free sites, or he see it and
Hmm.
continue season after season after season to focus on this BS. I can't believe it. It's
Hmm.
hard to believe.
So that the fans was pretty much tired of Martell and Melody going back and forth. Do you think that, and I'm going to sell legend, like I said there and say this right here is for entertainment purpose only. Do you think that not Martell most likely was blindsided? Do you think that Melody and her team, all of them plotted this all together to keep this narrative going? Because no way in the world that they would have walked in season 7 with a storyline. So they were saying, well, how can, we be able to pitch this show for season 7 when we don't have anything to talk about? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to submit all these receipts and we're going to charge Martell, with you know, and with what he's going through right now. So do you think that they plotted all this stuff that Martell is going through right now?
I think she plotted it from the beginning,
Yeah, and we're gonna say allegedly.
allegedly, in my opinion. I think this is the way she wanted it to go, that be focused on her. I'm just surprised that Carlos King let it go this long
Hmm.
and ride out like this. Because if it was me, there would have been no interaction with social media. Nobody would have been talking to no bloggers.
Hmm.
If you gonna be on my cast, you know,
And
if
that's the sad part about it, because they got more stuff that's going on social media than they got going on the actual
but it
show.
doesn't
That don't make no sense.
it's what ruined the show.
Yes,
Ruined the show. And anybody that communicated with social media, can you hear me?
I could hear you. You moving the mic a little bit,
Uh-oh.
but
Can you
go
hear me?
ahead.
Anybody that communicated with social media would have lost pay for that week.
Mm-hmm.
There would have been no pay for that week. There would have been no interaction with social media, no interaction with the bloggers, no fan bases. I wouldn't have had it. Else you got to go.
Absolutely.
Because that's what ruined the show.
So, do you think that is a feedback?
It is?
Yeah, I'm hearing myself.
Okay, how is it now?
Uh, do you think that? Wait, I'm trying. Do you think that Martell was right for, you know, sitting there, taking all of his cast and even including Martell? They say Carlos King, and unfollowing him on his Instagram page.
That's what I heard. He unfollowed everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you now. Yeah, yeah. At first, I heard a feedback, but you think that he was right for unfollowing, especially Carlos King, where he openly said, to go ahead and fire me, because I think he had enough.
Yeah, I think it's good for him to be off social media so he don't have to see the comments.
Hmm.
He don't have to hear from nobody. It's probably a good thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what I think, because I was just pondering on it. I say, they know they didn't have nothing going for them, to walk into season 7. I,
Right.
this had to be a plot. They had this only way that we can get, this show back on and get people to watch. We got to sit there and we got to take these receipts and we got to play with the court, because that's exactly what they doing, when they got serious cases and these people got, the taxpayers, putting out their money for them to sit there and make a storyline off of somebody else's pain.
And that wouldn't happen either if it was my cast. You
Uh-huh.
you want to file a lawsuit against another cast member, you're gonna do it when the show is off season. You're not
That's it.
doing it while the show is going on, or you're gonna do it after. You're gonna leave the show and come back later, but you're not
Yeah.
doing the crap while you're on my show.
And that's how I want to know. I want to know how they going to be able to film with each other. Or are they just going to just show them going back and forth in court? Because now, after what Melanie did, where she got my face posted as DV, I couldn't even be in her
I
face. She
wouldn't
couldn't even
have.
tell me nothing.
I would have if it was my show. I wouldn't have it. You want
Hmm.
to file a lawsuit on somebody, you leave my show. You gonna do what you got to do, and then maybe you can come back. But it wouldn't have happened if it was on my show. Nobody would have been filing no lawsuits. You're going to get divorced. You're going to do that quietly. I don't want to hear about it.
And how they gonna film? That's what I want to know. When they have their little gathering, it's just gonna be miserable the entire time. When they start coming together and have their little outings, I want to know how it's gonna be. What you're gonna invite Martell one week, or then
Yeah,
you're going to film Melanie. It's not gonna work if they both going to be in the same place. It to
right.
me
It
it
makes no
doesn't make
sense.
sense.
The show can't even prosper with that kind of mess going on. If
No.
you guys coming on here as a married couple, you're going to work together, okay. But if you're going to divorce, you can't stand each other, y'all got to go. And I
Yeah, how they gonna be able to
look
film?
like
And now the courts is involved. You know,
right,
the court is involved in it.
right. They would have to get off my show with the mess. Y'all take that and go somewhere else with it when y'all get it resolved. Maybe I'll bring you back. But you
Yeah,
don't get to put all this drama, all this mess in my show. Y'all hate each other. No, it would have never happened. They would have had to go, and that's what I would have brought the Fletchers in.
yes.
You get to
And I
go.
think the Fletcher's going to do good. I really like the Fletchers. I just don't like Nell, you know, how she's the bone carrier. You know, some of that stuff, you know, she just making it bigger than what it, you know, it's already is. You know, I don't like that part. You know, stop bidding for Melanie. Everybody that, you know, do all this stuff for Melanie, you know, they end up making themselves look like a fool. Look how they doing Kiki.
Yeah, and at some point, Nell gonna have to be herself, and she's not gonna be wanting to be the flunky. You know,
Yes.
Chris trying to be Martell's flunky.
You
You know,
think so?
no, he's not.
Yeah,
Chris
he's not. You're right. Yeah, yes.
friend to Martell, but he's not Martell's flunky.
Yes, you're
He's not
absolutely
carrying
right.
no mess back and forth. But Nell is willing to do it. You
Yeah,
know,
but it's going to ruin her because it ruined
yeah,
everybody that tried to
right.
you know, to do it. You know, it's going to ruin her.
I think Chris better snatch her and pull her coattail and tell her, hey, you can stop all of that.
And I
And
think it is because you notice that they hanging more out with the Scots. I think they all went on a vacation together.
yeah, you better be neutral on this mess. Not
Hmm.
pulling no sides, taking no sides and running up telling her everything. Forget that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you don't see Chris Fletcher doing that. He's a grown man. Ain't nobody playing them little girl games. But
Hmm.
old girl, yep.
So look, we got 5 more minutes. So let's go ahead and get back to Destiny. So do you think that Destiny she should be able to come back on that show? And if she wants them to renegotiate her contract, give her what she asking for. At least meet her there.
Yeah, I would love to see Destiny come back.
Hmm.
Uh, Hopefully she will. Carlos did say she could come back whenever she got ready, and he never fired her. She left on her own.
Yes.
I would
And
love to see Destiny come back.
and also, you know, she left us hanging because she talked about the last time we heard her say something at the reunion when she said she know where the body's at. We still want to know what she meant by that.
Yeah, it would be interesting to find out what she. Although I know she'll. I don't think she'll ever speak on it.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. It's not her
Hmm.
part. It's not part of her character. She is not a melody.
Hmm.
She. I don't think she'll ever speak on it. It's not
Yeah.
part of her persona, her personality.
So besides Melody and Martell going back and forth, what do they add for the show? You know, if they're not talking about each other, what do Mel have to offer? That's what I want to know.
What does Melody have to offer? Um, what does she have to offer? Well,
You
she
gotta
can't
think
bring
that
her
long.
kids
Doom,
on.
doom, 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 doom,
She
doom,
can't
doom,
bring her
doom, doom,
children
doom,
on.
doom, doom.
I guess her love life.
But she don't want to. She don't want to put it on because look like you remember when Kimmy had asked her about it. You know, all we saw was an arm.
Yeah, an arm and some fingers, a hand, and all that. Well, that would be, what she would have to do, present her love life. If she's not going to present her businesses, she cannot present her children, then she would have to present her love life, her dating life.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I would tell her as her executive producer, Carlos King. Yeah, you're going to have to give me something.
Hmm. Because she's
Bring
not
your
giving.
love
She's
life.
not giving us nothing.
Well, that would be the only way she could stay. If she can't
Mhm.
bring nothing else.
What about
Kimmy and
Kimmy and
Mark,
Maurice?
uh, for them to stay, to me, they would have to present their businesses, whatever they're doing,
Hmm.
whatever he's doing. I think they have a real estate office together. They would have to show some houses or something.
Because I don't want to know nothing about their sex life no
I
more.
don't think nothing else about the booty game.
And I
Yeah,
thank God that she overcame and be canceled, but I don't want to hear about that either.
always
Uh,
about that.
Bertha Raymond sat there and she say, she's I don't know if she's being funny, but she say, you know, you're wrong. Don't you all laugh out loud? I don't know.
You know you're wrong, don't you? Girl, please. My right is not your right. That's what I would.
Mhm.
Birth.
Break that. Explain that, Bertha. What do you mean by that? Because you know, like I said, we stand for correction, right? Lodge.
What I'm trying to tell Bertha is My right is not her right.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so what about Kim? Not Kimmy. We talked about Kimmy and Maurice. What about what's her name? Letitia and Marcel. What do they have to offer?
I would like to see a little bit more of their family life. I would like to see whatever businesses, building projects that they got going on, like the so-called hotel that he's building. Although I know he don't want to put it on because he don't want these fans harassing the.
I wouldn't put it on.
So I guess more of their family life then with the kids,
Yeah.
you know,
What
something like.
about Stormy? Stormy and her husband.
Ooh, child. Mm-mm-mm. I don't know. I guess.
Oh, she was we apologize. I had a feeling because she had left a comment the day and she was very cool. Bertha Raymond, she said, the reason why she said that was for what does Melody bring to the table. Okay, you're you see, I had a feeling, she wasn't trying to be mean.
Oh, she said, "What does Melody bring to the table?"
Yeah, she thought it was funny because we asked the question, what does Melody bring to the table?
Oh, Melody don't bring nothing to her table but her peaceful marriage to Martell. That's it.
Yes, yes, yes. So look, we done did our 2 hours. I didn't think I was going to stay that long because girl, my eyes was closing. This is a good live, but girl, my eyes, was dilating and stuff like that. And I'm so glad that you came on because no way in the world that I would have been able to pull it off. I probably most likely would have stayed 30 minutes and I would have wrapped it up. But this right here, this was a good show. But what I think that should happen, I think that they should bring Miss Wanda back.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think that they should, if they want to see them ratings go up, just bring Miss Wanda back because I think Miss Wanda, to me, she brought a lot to the show, and I
yeah,
like, what's her name? I like Stormy Mom. Bring Stormy Mama back. What's her
true.
name? Miss
Marlene,
Marlene. Miss Marlene.
yeah.
Yeah, bring her back.
I think all the mothers should come back.
All the mothers should come back.
Right, I do. I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and I think that would be a good show right there. And
Yeah,
also think that Carlos King should be more involved in his show and stop worrying about Bravo, what's going on in Bravo.
I agree.
And
I
I
agree.
think that if they can sit there and the way that you and I laid out the plan, and worry about what's home before you try to take care of something else, like they
Right,
say, sweep behind your own back door before you
right.
try to sweep behind somebody else, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I
Yes.
agree.
Well, girl, I enjoy it. We done stayed 2 hours and I'm finna go and take my shower and I'm going to bed. I am tired. You heard me?
I hear you. I hear you. You had a lot.
Okay. So if you got something, like I say, most likely I might come on tomorrow, but if it's something that you want to talk about, just email me and I just go ahead and set the title and you and I can talk about it. Okay.
Okay, sounds great. All
All
right.
right. Thank you here, Lodge.
All right, babe. Bye bye.
All righty. And Bertha Raymond's, we started for Miss, which I had a feeling, that what you meant, but yeah, we are absolutely right. You just want to know what do Melody bring to the table. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down because this is going to be my second show today. I did one earlier, talked about Nene, and also I did a lot of stuff today. Went to the doctor, and I am tired. I'm about to go ahead and go to sleep. But I thank Logical Speak coming on, and we breaking it down. Like I said there and say, at the end of the day, we don't know these people. We only can go by of what they put out. You air it out, you are free game. And like I say, when it comes in here, I'm going to stand on my truth. My truth may not be your truth, but like I said, it is what it is because at the end of the day, it's only a reality show. So thank you, Bertha Raymonds. Thank you for coming in. And Logical Speak, thank you for holding the sister down. And guys that coming in, watching the replay, thank you very much. Make sure, however you feel led, guys, go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. And on that note, guys, I'm finna go ahead and shut it down. So you all be blessed.